Your mind is a battlefield.
I know you want to go outside, kitty.
Everything in its own time.
Including you going outside. I love you, though.
Your mind is a battlefield, especially if you have a mental illness, particularly something like bipolar disorder, um, or any anxiety disorder. It's not easy. It's not easy. You have to play the long game. And sometimes the only way you can get through to the other side is persevere. Recognize that you have been here before and you have survived. You just need patience. It's like when you have the flu. You just need patience. Do not take a permanent action as much as you can help for a temporary problem, even if that problem goes on months and months and months. And you have to fight back. There are times that you don't have the will because you are too ill to fight back, that you don't have the will, but some small part inside of you knows better, and you can at least do the slightest bit of effort to fight back, such as counting your blessings, recognizing you've been here before, it will pass, counting the people that and things that matter to you, prayer, counting your own perseverance, reaching out, helping others, call someone that you haven't spoke to in years, those sort of actions, and be mindful of what you take in. Don't brood on your own problems. Try to distract yourself. Take walks, watch positive things, employ opposite action. As even if you're not feeling it, you have to fight back, or you will get sucked in to a black hole that will just go on and on and on. Letting go as much as you can of what's happening internally. It's easy when we say, you can achieve peace and happiness and joy.
I love you.
Through any and all circumstances by faith and other things when, with inner peace at its core. But even that's in your head, but when your outside circumstances are fine, you're fine with your outside circumstances. It's your inner self that's in turmoil, and your inner self is in turmoil because of a physiologic illness like bipolar or psychosis or schizophrenia. It's very, very hard to run that race and sustain your outside life appropriately. But unless you are fully psychotic and outside of your own control, even if there was an axe murderer chasing you, which is kind of how it feels, your internal hormones and everything else are responding appropriately to that scenario, except that scenario is not happening. You still have some semblance of consciousness about you to make decisions. And having insight into the fact that you have a mental illness and you have depression, or you are just plain at a low place, you have to fight back and renew your mind and try or you're assigning yourself indefinitely to a place, because by the time you get out of that low and that lull, you may have wreaked a damage with just going with it as a reality versus a symptom, and just acted accordingly. And then you have laid a wake of waste to your job, to your relationships, to your finances, to everything by the time you're well that you've got to fix. Or potentially you have convinced yourself through because we're constantly recording into our unconscious when we go through a depressive episode, that repetition is still on record. So our mania, our ups, our downs, our mixes are still being recorded as how we habitually think. And the longer stretch you go in those directions, the more it's stored that this is how we go in the direction. And if you fight back, just like waking up early and getting right up out of bed when the alarm goes off and going and being active, starts to enforce in your brain that we're not a person who sits around and is lazy. We're someone who gets up and goes. This is how we respond to the situation. So fighting back to the best of your ability allows your brain to be trained, despite that it is sick, that in your sickness, this is how you respond to your sickness. That you respond with action. You respond by fighting back. You respond by trying to shift your mind to a more positive focus. You respond by, if nothing else, allowing and embracing a power higher than yourself, trusting in faith, trusting that things are working out for you, that you're alive for a reason, and enduring the situation, so that it's like working any other muscle. When you get sick again, you'll be more and more inclined to go into action mode. Happiness is a decision, and it's hard work. Contentment, gratitude, joy is a decision, and it's hard work. And everybody's got their stuff. And if you have a psychological disorder, enduring mind-altering dysfunction, it's like being drugged when you didn't take any, long enough while under the influence to get back to a place where you can actually be in your right mind and make those normal healthy habit choices, to renew your mind and let go and refresh. You have to fight back all along the way, so that when you get there, you have not laid a wake of damage behind you that you have to deal with, and you can begin from a right frame of mind. And if it comes and it goes again, it's okay. Be easy on yourself. The easier you can be on yourself, the better. Trust, 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 trust. So today, coffee in hand, this little thing, Cameron picked up at actually Cameron's dad picked up at a thrift store, and it's a little not my taste, but kind of my taste, and given that I've been sick, kind of appropriate. The universe, put your big girl panties on. And so I took it. It's been sitting in my kitchen, and I look at it every day. I wake up in the morning And I listen to things that benefit me. I drink water, I try to move, I pray. That's what I do. Um, and at the moment, I'm taking medication. I'm stepping back and allowing the ride of whatever is given, and whatever transpires, transpires, because I was not in a good place anyway with my mental health. And so medicine may affect me poorly, it may affect me wonderfully. We don't know. But it's not like I was having a good time anyway, so I might as well give it a shot. Like, you have to give it a shot. You have to get outside your house. You have to socialize. You have to employ the same exact tactics that work when you are well to the best of your ability when you are deranged. So that when you get well, you can pick back up again. And you can get well, and it trains your brain again so that when you're sick, you're a person who goes into fight mode, not into downward spiral. Allow that it's a season. Don't take any permanent decisions on temporary situations. Everything in life. Life itself. My blood sugar dropped this morning, so I just shoved some chocolate in my mouth. Sorry. Everything in life is a temporary situation. You have to shift your brain, and you have to choose better thoughts, and you have to choose better input, and you have to choose the right decisions. And it's hard work on a given day. It's really hard work when you're sick. You've got to try. No one can try for you. And no matter how it turns out, it's going to turn out much better than it otherwise would have if you don't try. Be willing to seek outside advice from appropriate sources. Don't lay your will, your truth, your absolutes on the advice of others. But do take on board with a grain of salt the advice of appropriate others to help get you through when you're stuck. Read positive things. For me, as a conversation with my pastor, getting re-involved in church, setting up a coffee date with a neighbor, texting and reaching out to another neighbor that I know is rather closeted, and I haven't spoke to in years. He doesn't speak much. Spending time with my partner when he got back from being out of town. Faith. Speaking with my pastor. Speaking with my therapist. Trusting that this too shall pass. Please put in the work. If it's not all she wrote. If you're still breathing, God is keeping you here for a reason. There's still more for you to do. Don't take yourself out of the picture. And don't allow your mind to get lost irretrievably. You can do it. It's not easy. It's not easy for anyone. Life's not easy. In my immaturity, I used to think that it was. Life is not easy, but it can be great and beautiful and wonderful. But energy, health, joy, love, everything takes effort. Wellness takes effort. Survival takes effort. Recovery takes effort. And sometimes just simple endurance is the best you can do. But when you're enduring, watch your thinking and take care of yourself while you're enduring. So today, coffee in hand, got my big girl panties on. Welcome back to the world, I think. And I don't know about this twinkle in my eye yet, but I am able to smile authentically. And it's good because it's Monday and I got a lot of stuff to do. I'm grateful. Yeah. Grateful. I'm gonna make myself go do it. That's your choice. Every day, that's your choice. Do or don't do. Sadness or happiness. Allow, resist. Choose. Best you can. Do the best you can. Love you guys. Oh. Love you, bipolar people. Don't let it take you for a ride. Fight. Fight to keep the ship upright in the storm.